Hello everybody, TrakRacer here. I want to show you how to use Snowymoon in an American Truck Simulator. It's very simple. It shouldn't take us long. The first thing you need to do, go to the internet, go to the Snowymoon site. I have a link to it. I'll put the link in the description. You basically just want to go to snowymoon.io. You don't need to log in. You don't need to get a Patreon or anything to use Snowymoon. Just click on American Truck Simulator. This one's a paid. It has other enhancements in it. You don't need that. What you want is the temporal anti-aliasing. Get the newest one, which is this one. Click these chevrons over here. It explains what you're getting. It tells you how to install it right here, or I'll show you. First thing you want to do, you have to download these two files. First one is a Snowymoon file. Hit download, and it'll download. It's downloaded up there. Now hit this DLSS file. You need that as well. And it just downloaded. Now you can get out of the internet, bring up your folders, go to your downloads. Both of those should be in there. We're going to need to uncompress these. To do that, you need a program to do that. I'll show you what I use. I use a program called 7-Zip. It was free. 7-Zip file manager. You can use whatever you want. There's a lot of different versions of programs out there that'll do it. If you have something already installed, that's fine. But you'll want to uncompress these. So I usually just right click, extract all, and choose the default location. It'll put it right here in the download folder. See, it's this file here. That's that file unzipped. You can come in here and there's the file you need. Unzip this one. Same thing, extract all, set the defaults, and it's right here. What I do, I take these two folders and I store them somewhere on my hard drive. I got a folder for ATS. But you can put it wherever you want. You can put it on the desktop. Just drag it over to the desktop. They're there. You can do whatever you want with them. Now you need to install these in your game. The way to do that, the easiest way, go into Steam, click on your American Truck Simulator. You see I'm on temporary version 155 beta because I have some mods in my game that doesn't agree with 156. First thing, go into the game. We're going to change a couple things in your graphics, make sure they're set properly. Snowymoon is an anti-aliasing program, so I'm going to show you the best way to start. When I first installed it, I had some things turned on. I had anti-aliasing turned on in here. And I have triple screens. With the triple screens, it wouldn't display right. It would only display on my right screen. That's because I had the anti-aliasing turned on. So before you install it, just bring your game up. Go into Options. There's a couple things you'll need to set, or you should set. Make sure you're not in full screen mode. That should not be checked. Good. You don't want to check. That's bad. Uncheck that. This should be your default information. I usually have this set on 60. I turned it off so we can see true FPS to make sure if you're having any problem. Your scaling will usually be on a higher value, 200, 300. I normally had it set to 400. I bring it back down to 100. The reason I'm doing that, 100 actually is your default resolution. If your screens are 4K, it'll display at 4K. If your screens are at 2K, my screens are at 2K. I got 3 of them. They'll display at 2K. So I set that to 100 to start. You can up it later if you like. Your anti-aliasing will be set on something like that. To start with, just turn it off. Disable it. Scroll down. Another thing you'll want to turn off, screen space ambient occlusion. I usually have, when I wasn't running Snowymoon, I had that set at high. Disable it. So you want screen space ambient occlusion disabled. Disable your anti-aliasing for now. 100% on your scaling, and make sure you're not in full screen mode. Hit apply. It'll set that. I already had it set like that, so mine's not applying anything. Exit back out of the game. Close it. That'll prepare your game to accept Snowymoon without any issues. If you don't do that, you may run into issues, especially if you have triple screens or something. Okay, while you're in here, go into Manage. Go to Properties. First thing you want to do is set your launch option. Launch option should be launched with DirectX 11. It'll be Defaults at ask when starting game. You may have it defaulted to play American Truck Simulator. Change it to launch with DirectX 11. You'll need that for Snowymoon to work properly. Now go to your installed files. This is the easiest way to find where you need to put those files we just downloaded. Go to installed files. You want to hit browse. That'll bring you into your install files. We'll reduce that so it's out of the way. These are where your game is actually installed. Mine is on the D drive. It's in the Steam library, Steam apps, Common American Truck Simulator. I know how to get to it pretty quickly, but if you've never been in there, that's the easiest way to get to it. Just go through Steam. We're going to put some files in the binary file. Click on BIN for binary. Shortcut. 1x64. Yours may be 1x32, or maybe the game's only in 64. I'm not sure. But double click that. We're going to put those files in here. I got other files already in there, and you see some Snowymoon files because I've been running it for a long time. But that's not the ones we're going to do. Come over to these two folders we downloaded. Click on either one. We're going to copy this file. Hit copy. Click on this folder. Hit paste. I put that in there. So now we can close this window. That was the DLSS underscore 3.7. Now click on the Snowymoon one. I know it's kind of hard to see there. It's this file here. Double click that. You have to click on where it says European Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. Double click that. You want to copy these two files. However you do it, doesn't matter. I highlight them. I just hit copy. You can reduce it. I just click on that so that's not highlighted. I just paste them in here. That's all you need to do. Snowymoon is now installed. Just close that out. You can close that out. Now go back into your game. You want to continue your career. Once you get to this screen, hit drive so you get in truck. Okay, here we are in the truck. Now to see how your Snowymoon is installed, hit the N key on your keyboard. It sits next to the Elite key. If you want to hit the N key, that's the default. Toggle it on and off. And you see Snowymoon jumped up here. I have mine set to DLLAA. You may have, it'll come up either temporal anti-aliasing or temporal anti-aliasing clarity. I'm not sure which one. It'll come up to one of those two. Now, if you have this, it'll usually be set this to like 3. Like I said, it'll either be this one. The other one just adds a couple more options to it. Sharpen edges, blurred. But they're basically both the same thing. With this, you can use anti-aliasing TAA. One thing I do is increase my sharpness. If you look at the trees, they're still kind of blurry. Bring it up. See they get sharper? Okay. Now you can't do a whole lot with some of your options. You can drive with this on. I don't know that I would do that. Turn it back off. Hit the end key to turn it back off. You can change, if you don't want to use end, you can change it. Here, just click on that and you can pick whatever key you want to activate it and unactivate it. I just leave it on the default end key. When it's in here, okay, I've got that. Just watch your trees and things. You can disable it right here. Just hit disabled. Disable Snowymoon. See how everything got blurrier? That shows you what it's doing, part of what it's doing. See everything? The building got clearer, the trees, everything got a lot clearer on my screen. Turn that off. And with that option, you can go back into your options. And you can turn anti-aliasing on TAA. You may not be able to do that with triple screens. I know that for me, when I have an anti-aliasing set up, it messes up my triple screens. I never use it. But you can turn that on. And I think you can even with triple screens as long as it's in that format. You want to save it. Exit out of this. I don't know if that helps a lot or not. Let's go back into Drive. But you can use TAA. If that makes your screen look nicer, use it. It has a TAA level. I don't see any difference in those myself. I can see it changing something, but I just like it just as well there, so I just leave that alone. And that is the default option. It usually will run fine that way. The option I use is a little different. Let me reduce it. I've turned the anti-aliasing back off. I turn this off. Disable it. I can change it right in here. Instead of temporal aliasing, I run DLAA. The DLAA and DLSS are all NVIDIA components. DLAA runs your screens at native resolution. What that does, it gives you the DLAA anti-aliasing. What DLSS does, it starts with a lower quality image. Performance starts with the lowest quality image, and then it upscales it 2K or tries to upscale it to 4K. The balanced and quality start with a higher quality image, but they also upscale it to the 2K or 4K. The advantage of that, it'll give you a higher, more stable frame rate. Take that off the screen. Then you want to go for a drive. And to do that, I'm going to turn my triple screens back on. If you watch the video where I explained how to do simple triple screens, I use that program, Resize Raccoon. To get my triple screens back, all I have to do is turn this on. It just put my screens in triple screens. That's all I had to do. What you want to do is go for a little drive. In Steam, you can set up so it'll show you stats, your FPS and all your stats if you want. I'm going to bring those up. What you want to do, you want your FPS unlocked at this point so you can see what it is. Just drive around, see how your performance is. It'll show you your dips, things like that. I really like this image myself. It's the best image I've been able to get out of American Truck Simulator. But drive around, check your performance out a while. If performance is suffering, use one of the DLSS components. You can start with quality or start with performance if you're really having issues and work your way back up. See if you can find something that'll actually work for you. I don't get the shimmering when I'm going past guardrails and things. Everything just looks nice. Once you find out what works, lock it in and enjoy Snowymoon, a clear picture in American Truck Simulator. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like, consider subscribing. This is TA TrakRacer. We'll see you on the next episode. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Bye!